The merry-go-round that wouldn't. One fine summer morning, Percy the small engine was waiting to start work when he heard a magical sound. It was very faint and far off, but he definitely heard it. I wonder what it is, he thought to himself. There it is again. Edward the blue engine, who was already hard at work taking empty trucks from his yard to the china clay pit, smiled kindly. Don't you remember from last year, Percy? He asked. It's the fun fair. It comes every summer to Wellsworth, and all the children love it, as well as their parents and friends. Percy could hardly contain his excitement, and kept giving little peep 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 peeps as he trundled about his duties. If only I could see the fun fair, he said to his driver. Percy was in luck, because the site chosen for the fun fair was a large field near to the railway line that he worked on every day. The field was full of brightly coloured caravans with painted signs, and people hustling and bustling about the business of setting up the fun fair, ready for the customers that evening. Each time Percy passed, another colourful fair ride had appeared. He saved up the news to tell Trevor the traction engine, who was dozing in the sun outside a barn, further along the track. Now there's a great big thing with lights all over it, Percy chattered, and it's got horses and cars and an aeroplane, and an engine that looks just like me. Trevor smiled. That sounds like the merry-go-round, Percy, he said. Percy wanted to know what a merry-go-round was, and what it did. Trevor explained. Well, the children all choose what they want to ride on. It could be a horse, or an aeroplane, or a car. Or an engine, piped up Percy. Or an engine, agreed Trevor. Then, when they're all aboard, the merry-go-round music starts to play, and they go round and up and down until the music stops. Do they enjoy it? Asked Percy, who was feeling quite giddy at the thought. Very much, said Trevor. He sighed. It was a long time since he had been to the fair. What fun it would be, he thought, if he could go along to give the children rides. I love giving rides to the children, he said. But Percy had already hurried off to see if the merry-go-round was going round yet. That evening, the fair was crowded as people flocked to have a go on all the rides. There was a particularly long queue for the merry-go-round. But something awful had happened. The merry-go-round wouldn't go round, or rather, it couldn't. The machinery that turned it round had broken down. Everyone was very disappointed. Luckily, Percy's driver was there with his family. He remembered stopping to talk to Trevor the traction engine only that morning. Trevor could help out until you get that fixed, he told the merry-go-round owner. And that's just what happened. In no time, Trevor found himself hitched up to the merry-go-round with strong ropes. Round and round went Trevor, pulling the merry-go-round and all its passengers round and round after him. He did enjoy himself, and he didn't feel in the least bit dizzy. I shall enjoy telling Percy all about this tomorrow, he thought to himself. Afterwards, everyone told him what a really useful traction engine he had been.